In my last video, I took you through 5 incredible properties, each with its own unique charm and potential. And let me tell you, your feedback was amazing. You didn't hold back, and I absolutely loved it. So after all that, I actually put in an offer on one of them. The last week has been a roller coaster of excitement as I imagine moving in, sharing my plans with you, and getting started on making it mine. But sometimes things don't go as planned. After a closer look, we found some major issues with the roof, not just on the main house, but also the barn. But both would need full replacement, something that somehow didn't come up in the listing, and the seller and I couldn't reach an agreement on a new price. So back to square one and back to the house hunt. I hope you're up for another round of farmhouse tours, because I got 6 new properties lined up, each with its own potential and quirks. Today I'm showing you a fresh lineup because honestly, none of the ones I showed you last time felt quite right. So here's a quick recap. And here's the twist. One of the homes in today's lineup just might be the one I ended up buying. I won't spoil the surprise too soon, but let's just say that there was a place that just checked all the right boxes. So as you're watching, take your guesses. Which of these will feel like home? Drop your thoughts in the comments. You may just guess right. Let's dive in and see if you can spot the one I couldn't resist. Welcome to property number 6, nestled right on the edge of the forest. If living close to nature is the dream, this spot has it all, surrounded by trees with the seasons changing right outside the windows. The plot is over 2,200 square meters, giving me plenty of space for gardening, hobbies, or simply enjoying the natural setting. And take a look at these outbuildings. The garage has tons of storage and drive-in access, which makes unloading a breeze. Inside, the house offers 157 square meters to work with. The kitchen and living area are spacious, and with a bit of renovation, I could easily open them up for a more modern, open layout. Upstairs, there are 3 good-sized bedrooms and a landing area that could be turned into an office, a wardrobe space, or even a reading nook. It got potential to be cozy and functional. The real bonus here is the outbuilding, perfect for a workshop, storage, or any big projects.
And of course, having the forest as a backdrop gives this place a true retreat feel, and I love the greenhouse. But here's the catch. There's a busy road right outside the property. While you're surrounded by nature, you can't quite escape the sound of traffic, and the house and garden actually seem a little bit dark, and cutting too many trees down won't work, as these block out some of the traffic noise. So what do you think? Could this forest edge farmhouse be worth the work, or does it feel like too big a project? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Next up is a smaller, recently renovated house in the countryside. Not really a farmhouse, but I really like the outside, so I had to see it in real life. One of my favorite spots here is the southwest facing terrace. Imagine starting your mornings here with a coffee, soaking up the view over the open fields and wildflowers. It's like having a front row seat to the beauty of nature. Inside, we have 83 square meters that feel surprisingly open and airy. The main living room area is filled with natural light, and with these double doors leading outside, you get the indoor-outdoor flow that's perfect for warmer months. It's such a cozy space, especially with the wood stove adding that extra warmth and charm. This could really be a great spot on a chilly evening, unwinding after a long day. Now upstairs we have this lovely loft space, which can work as a bedroom and a cozy living area. It has a calm, minimalistic feel that just makes you want to relax. The separate outbuilding with big windows and its own little terrace is really a fantastic bonus. This could make a perfect home office and a space for guests. I like the location, surrounded by beautiful fields, and there's even a path that leads right down to the water just outside the property. Now I have to mention the big drawback here. The renovation inside feels a little sloppy. You can't see it in the pictures, but believe me, it's not great. So I would have to remake many of those renos already done. To be honest, I don't think this one is for me. It looks great, but I think I would miss having more space around me. So on to the next one. Alright, let's take a look at this charming countryside home. I love the layout right away. 3 square ensuite rooms plus the kitchen, all with a cozy feel and flow. There's something really appealing about these original details, like the wooden floors, that give it that touch of history. The kitchen though, it's definitely ready for a modern update. I think it could look amazing with a little renovation, maybe even a bit of an expansion. And I'm thinking, what if we opened a doorway from the main house into the garage? That could really add some useful space to the layout. Now upstairs, it's great too. The rooms have a nice size and character, but there's one thing. The walk from the bedroom to the bathroom feels a little long, all the way downstairs through the kitchen. It's something to consider. Then there's this sunroom. It's a fantastic addition, giving that extra living space to enjoy the view, but I'm not entirely convinced about the design. Somehow it feels like it doesn't quite match the style of the house. Finally, the garden. It's got potential, but with the house sitting right in the middle of it, it kind of limits the sense of space. I'll have to think about how to make the most of the garden layout. All in all, I like a lot about this house, especially the character, but a few things just aren't clicking for me. Still, it's really charming find. On to the next one. Okay, so house number 9 is something completely different than the previous one.
This house is an old school dating back hundreds of years. So the historic aspect is super cool. Someone is living here, so I can't show you the inside, but I think it got some potential. Let me show you some pictures and talk you through it.
This old schoolhouse has so much character and history. You can still feel that it was once a place of learning. The living room here used to be the headmaster's office, and there's just a timeless charm throughout. To be honest, this place is a massive project. From the wall-to-wall carpeting to what might be hiding underneath, everything needs a bit of work to bring it up to modern standards. And then there's this size. It's huge. For one person, it feels almost overwhelming. And keeping this entire house warm in the winter could get expensive, especially without a wood-burning fireplace. The location though, it's stunning. The lake at the end of the garden, the beautiful countryside, it's just so picturesque. This property would be ideal for someone who wants a project and has a vision for restoring an old building. But as much as I love the idea, I have to be realistic. Maybe it's just a bit too big, too much work, and too costly for me right now.
I like this one as well, and they just lowered the asking price, so now it's within my budget. Is this too much of a project? Do I really need all these rooms, all this space? But it's hard to deny that the view with the lake is absolutely amazing. Let me know what you think.
Next up is a charming home that just came on the market. Its location is a major highlight, with beautiful views of the lake and open fields all around. No direct neighbors, just peace and nature in every direction. The house itself dates back to 1939, and you can still see some of its original character, like the lovely wooden flooring throughout. As you step inside, you are welcomed by a spacious living area. The windows are all new, giving it a bright and open feel while preserving that vintage charm. This main room could easily serve as a combined living and dining space with plenty of room for entertaining. One of my favorite parts of this house is the sunroom addition. It's surrounded by large windows that brings in tons of natural light and offers views of the garden and the lake. I could see myself setting up a desk on one side, turning it into an inspiring workspace, and placing a daybed or lounge chair on the other. Even on a cloudy day, this room feels inviting and bright, a great spot to relax, work, or even read. Moving on to the kitchen, it does need some updates, but the layout is practical. I imagine a more functional style, adding, of course, modern appliances, which would really transform the space. Just next to the kitchen is the bathroom. It has a clean, classic look with all white tiles. Simple, but timeless. Heading upstairs, there are two cozy rooms. One of them would be perfect for a main bedroom with views of the surrounding fields and access to the terrace on top of the sunroom. While the other small room could serve as a dressing room or even a cozy guest space if needed. Outside, the garden isn't huge, but it's larger than what I currently have. There's plenty of potential here. I'm already imagining planting some flower beds or maybe creating a small vegetable garden. The existing outhouse offers useful storage space, and I'm even considering adding a small annex out here, maybe for guests or a studio space. Overall, this Lakeview house has so much potential. with its spacious rooms, unique sunroom, and surroundings. With a few updates, it could be an amazing home with plenty of character and charm.
Honestly, I think this is one of the best houses I've seen in this process. So there's a lot to think about. I think the size of it is very good. It needs a new kitchen, of course, but that's something I can do. And I just love the area. I love that you can see the water, the lake, and I have no neighbors. So maybe this is the one. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Last house of the day. I've been eyeing this house for a while. It's actually not far from the house with the fungi rug I showed you in the previous video. It's just down the road. I like this house very much, and I hope that this could be the one. Let's see. It's a little bit on the heavy side. The asking price is 1.5 million Danish kroner. I would like it to come down a little bit. On the pictures, it looks like it has a beautiful garden, big open fields as views, and the ocean is just down the street. So I could walk to see the water every day. It's this one, the one with the blue door. So let's go check it out. Again, someone lives here, so I will show you the outside and then pictures from the inside.
Here we are at house number 11, the house with the blue door. This place is all about location, just steps from the water with open fields stretching out in every direction. The garden is incredibly private and spacious, perfect for quiet mornings or gatherings with friends. And there's even a small annex that could be an ideal little guest house with a bit of work. But what really steals the show for me is the sunroom with the wood stove and all this natural light. I could see myself spending most of the year right here, cozy and connected to the garden. It has that perfect balance of warmth and brightness, making it a great spot no matter the season. Inside, the main living area has that traditional Danish charm. Wood paneled ceilings, vintage decor, and a lot of potential. I can picture a modernized open plan kitchen here with plenty of space for cooking and entertaining. But I have to mention the downside. The previous owners were heavy smokers, so that smell has settled into the floors, walls, and the kitchen. To really make this place livable, I'd need a complete renovation to strip all of that out and start fresh. I'm also a little concerned about the vibe here. I haven't met the neighbors yet, and the area feels a bit isolated. But that quiet could be a plus if you're looking for a peaceful escape. So house number 11, an amazing location with a lot of charm and potential, but definitely a big project. What do you think? Should I take on the renovation and make this my oceanside retreat?
All right, so that wraps up this round of house tours. Now, here's the big question. Can you guess which one I actually ended up buying? Drop your guesses in the comments. I'd love to hear and see if anyone nails it. And if you're still curious, you'll have to tune in to next week's video where I'll reveal my new home and share what finally sealed the deal. It's going to be an exciting next chapter, and I can't wait to bring you along. So make sure you're subscribed and ready to dive into this new adventure with me. And before I go, for my viewers in the US, if you're interested in checking out some of my favorite home products and decor, take a peek at my amazing Amazon shop. I've linked it in the description below. It's filled with everything I personally love and recommend. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Oh, hej.
Hej med dig. I ude at gå tur. I ude at gå tur.